All right, welcome to today's class on Smart Plans and Campaigns within KW Command. My name is Leah with Scott Leroy Marketing. In today's class, I'll be taking you through just that. We'll take a look at the different Smart Plans available in Command, and also in the campaigns front, I'll be showing you how to set up a Facebook ad campaign, how to send out a mass email from Command, how to do a social post from Command. So we have lots of fun stuff on the schedule for today. So first things first, let's log into Command. Now, if you have not already bookmarked Command to your bookmark bar at the top of your browser, great thing to do because you'll be going here a whole lot. That website is agent.kw.com. All right, again, that's agent.kw.com. You'll see that at the top of my screen there. And that will take you to where I am looking at on my screen. So your username and password here is the same as your username and password for my KW, same password as for Kelly. Okay, so they're trying to streamline all the usernames and passwords. I don't know about you, but I have enough passwords to remember, so that's a really great thing. So you can go ahead and put that in. Just a reminder, the username is not case sensitive, however the password is. So the password does require a capital letter, lowercase letter, and a number for that matter. If you have any trouble getting into your account, there is a forgot password option here, and you can also email support@scottleroymarketing.com. We're happy to help you reset your password. And then click sign in. All right, and that'll take you directly into KW Command, and that takes you to your KW Command dashboard. So I'm not going to focus on this today. However, I just always like to point out my favorite part of the Command dashboard and a great place to keep an eye on. In the top right here, you'll see product updates, right? Because KW International is rolling out this whole system, of course, and they are releasing new updates daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, so they have weekly updates here on the top right, so you can see what new feature has launched for this week. I love keeping an eye on this and taking a look at, what's new in Command. There's also, if you click on what's new on the very top right here, you'll see a what's next option as well. So you can see what is next to come in Q4, okay, and kind of get excited about what's to come here. But you'll see in the what's new here, we have even something on the Smart Plans, and I'll be showing you this today in today's class. So these are brand new features I'll be showing you in today's class as of, today is the 12th, I believe, right, December 12th, 2019. Now the first thing that we need to do is just a little bit of homework, a little bit of housekeeping. So the first thing I want you to do is come up to your name on the very top right of KW Command, and then select Settings from that drop-down. So again, your name on the top right and Settings. And that will take you immediately on over to your apps that are connected up with Command. So a very cool feature with Command, you can add external apps to your Command account to be able to integrate that and use Command with these apps. So first we're going to focus on the two things that you need to have set up for Smart Plans. Okay, so this will be focusing on some Smart Plans first in today's class. So the first thing you need to make sure you have linked up is Mailjet. Now at the top of the screen, these are all your connected apps. So my screen might be in a slightly different order as yours because your connected apps will show at the top. And if you scroll down, it will start showing you apps that you can add further. Okay, and if it says connect account on the right hand side, yeah, it's not connected yet. It's a good indicator. All right, so go ahead and scroll down and find Mailjet. That is a necessary thing to set up, and it's super, super simple to set this up. What Mailjet does, and it says it right here, configure your reply to email address for monthly neighborhood nurtures. Okay, this is a Smart Plan. We'll be taking a look at it. All right, but you are indicating to the system when a Smart Plan goes out and that client clicks reply, what email address do you want that email to reply back to? So all you need to do is go ahead and click, if it's not already connected, you can click whatever the button might say, connect account or manage and so forth. And you can see which email address. Literally, that's all you have to do. This is a beautiful thing. Just literally enter in your email address, click Save Changes, and that is the email address that your clients will reply back to. Okay, so make sure we have Mailjet set up. Very important, so you get replies from Smart Plan emails. Okay, and then the only other thing that You can set up for smart plans. Now, this is not a necessary thing to set up, but you may have heard of Twilio. What Twilio is, and let me scroll to find that. So I do not have Twilio linked up, so I will scroll down to find that under productivity. And what Twilio does is it sends text messages for you. So in Smart Plans, as a part of the Smart Plan, there are some steps that automatically will send text messages for you. I'll be showing you more of that in just a moment here. Okay, so you can set up a Twilio account, and if you have not already, one second here, I'm going to send over a link to set up Twilio. Super, super easy to set up. It's just a couple fields to fill out. So this is what it looks like. I'll send this over in the chat in just a moment here. You literally just have to put in your name, email address, and password to create an account. And it does not charge you initially, but just a heads up, this is not a free account. So this is to sign up for Twilio. So it is a paid service. It only charges you, however, per text message that you send out. So it will not charge you if no text messages go out. But just a heads up, there is a fee associated to Twilio. A couple other things you guys need to know about that is when it does text your clients, it does not send from your personal cell phone number. Okay, you get a 512 texting number for free with Twilio. And if you would like to create a custom phone number that has your area code, it's $1 a month with Twilio. Again, nothing crazy. However, even if you pay $1 a month, that's never going to be your personal cell phone number. So just a heads up on that. It will be coming from a different phone number than what you typically use, okay? So that is what Twilio does. It automatically sends out text messages. If you don't want to utilize that, you can always manually send those text messages. Okay, so we'll take a look at that more in depth in just a moment here. So we do need to have a Twilio account and Mailjet set up for the smart plans. Again, sorry, Twilio is optional for that. But one more thing I want you to take a look at. Let's come on over to the left-hand side where we see Connect Settings. I just want to point your attention to the marketing profile. This could not be more important in Command. This is probably the #1 thing. If you have done nothing else in Command, make sure your marketing profile is set up. As you scroll down, you can see all the fields that you can put in. The awesome thing about Command is you set up this marketing profile once, and it will autofill all your information, contact information, social profiles, logos, you name it, onto all smart plans, onto any landing pages you create in Command, onto your KW Command Agent website, the new mobile app that's being released. So you fill it out once, it syndicates out to everywhere. So as you probably guessed, this is very important to fill out. Good news is we can set it up for you if you would like. All our services are free, just a reminder. So if you would like us to set up your Command marketing profile for you, feel free to fill this in. You probably just need to copy and paste that into your URL bar. It'll just be a questionnaire and we can do this for you. But if you are doing this yourself, please make sure that you notice which fields say required. It will not allow you to save this unless you fill in required fields. So the photo is required. And then any field that has a red asterisk will also be required in order to save that. Okay, so if you see a field that doesn't have a red asterisk or doesn't say required, it's not required to save that, just a heads up. And then as you're done with that, you can click Save on the very bottom. All right, so I know this wasn't enough time to fill out the marketing profile, but jot down how we got here so you can come back after, or you can fill out that form so we can do that for you. And again, just a reminder how we got here. Click on your name on the top right of Command, Settings. Then on the left-hand side, we clicked on Connect Settings, and that's where you'll see the marketing profile option. So you can come back and edit this at any time. Okay. But for now, let's go ahead, now that we did our homework, boring stuff, let's get going on the fun smart plans. Okay, so first things first, we need to have a contact in our database in order to set up smart plans. Okay, so if you want to navigate on over to your contacts by clicking on the little contact icon on the left-hand side. Just a quick tip on Command, as you are starting to learn the Command menu on the left-hand side, right? I don't know what these icons do, but if I hover my mouse over each one of these icons, it will pop up a little black speech bubble telling you what that icon does. Also, if you click on the KW logo on the top left, it'll pop out telling you what each one does so that you can start to memorize that and learn the navigation. Just a little quick tip there. Okay, so if you would like to go ahead and add a contact for today's class so you have someone to practice on, if you don't already have your contacts in here, You can go ahead and click on Add Contact on the very top right to add that in right away. It looks like they actually did an update on this system probably yesterday. I haven't seen this yet. Very interesting. So, but again, you can go ahead and click Add Contact on the top right, and you can add in a test contact if you would like to. So let's say I'll put in Fred Flintstone. I don't know why that came to mind first. All right, we got Fred here. I'm not sure if that's even how you spell it, but fred@bedrock.com, sure. Okay, and you can click Create. So that's really all you need to add a contact, their name and their email address here, but of course you can click Add More Information here and create that right away. Okay, so we have our test contact now. So what I want to show you in the contact, so go ahead and bring up a test contact that you have in your account. So I'll use the search bar here to search for Fred Flintstone and click on his name to pull that up right away. Okay, so one of the smart plans that go out is called a monthly neighborhood nurture. And what that does is it sends them a series of emails showing them the area that they're interested in, the neighborhood they're interested in, facts about that neighborhood, listings available in that neighborhood. It's super, super cool. And I'll show you that in just a moment here, my favorite feature of Command. But the first thing you have to do is they have to have a neighborhood added into their contact record to be added to that smart plan, okay? So from here, from the contact record, go ahead and scroll down and you'll see a neighborhood section here and an option to click Add Neighborhood. So in theory, we talked to Fred Flintstone on the phone. He told us the different areas that he's interested in, the different neighborhoods. Okay, so what you can then do is go to his contact record and click Add Neighborhood. When you click Add Neighborhood, it'll prompt you to search for a neighborhood. So if I start searching here, if I start searching for the neighborhood, it will pop down suggestions, and I can go ahead and click on that suggestion from the list to add that in right away. So you'll notice if I click on that neighborhood, it adds it. So these are the added neighborhoods right here. So you can continue searching from the search bar, or there's a couple other ways to add neighborhoods further. So it does suggest neighborhoods that are nearby and maybe similar in price range. So if I go ahead and click on one of those neighborhoods here, it'll add it. So it'll add from the suggested neighborhoods here. You can also find it on a map, which I think is very cool. So if you come up to Find on Map here, it'll pop up a map and show you your location. I do find it easier to start with search for a location on the top left here so that it at least zooms in for you. So if I go ahead and search here, it'll zoom in so you don't have to zoom so far. So from there, so now that I put in a location, I can use the plus and minus on the right hand side to zoom in, where you'll start to see a bunch of puzzle pieces. It's kind of how I think of it, okay? And these are all the neighborhoods, right? You'll notice if you hover your mouse over it, it tells you what neighborhood that is in your general area so that you can click on that to select it. Okay, so for example, you might want to use this especially if you start searching for a neighborhood and you're not able to find it from that list. You can use the map to zoom in to select that right away. Of course, the check marks indicate those have been added here. And once we're good to go, we can click Save. All right, and these are all the neighborhoods that have been added. So again, just to reiterate why this is so important, this is 100% necessary in order to add your contact to the neighborhood smart plan. And let me show you how cool it is so you can take a look at kind of an example of what goes out. So if I click Preview on the bottom right here, and you can just watch on my screen if you would like, if you click Preview on the bottom right here, it sends out an example, or it shows me an example of what it's going to send out. Okay, so it'll send out a monthly neighborhood nurture email, and it links over to a neighborhood landing page. It's called the neighborhood snapshot. Okay, so it'll show all the neighborhoods that you put in for the contact. The contact can even add more neighborhoods on the left-hand side. They can search for homes on the right-hand side. So these are, of course, homes in the indicated neighborhood. So if I wanted to switch over to Valentine Commons, that of course changes the listings on the right-hand side here. They can also draw on the map, which I think is also a very cool feature. So if I would like to draw as the client, right, this is the client's view, I can click on Draw. The tool is right there on the top right. And then you'll be able to draw a location, Your client will be able to draw a location. It will pull all listings in that location. Okay, these listings are pulling from Nextdoor, so it will show every single listing across the entire country is their goal. Okay, they have said they're about an 85% capacity at bringing all listings over across the entire country. So I guess not bad odds for the entire country. All right, but just a heads up on that these will automatically pull in without you having to do anything. Also on the top right, you'll see neighborhood stats. And this will show your client different facts about the neighborhood. Average price per home, price per square foot, days on market. They can see where on the map it is. They can see current stats of homes for sale and sold stats. As you scroll down, they can even search for a place. So if they're moving from out of town and they are saying, let's see, I work at Bank of America. They can add that in to see a route and see how fast that is. All from here, all from this really awesome landing page that you're providing them. So talk about super pertinent information to what they're wanting, right? They want certain neighborhoods, and this is what you're providing them, information on that to a very detailed extent. All right, and as I scroll down here, you'll even see places, and more is to come on these places here. Okay, it's kind of pulling from Yelp here. As I scroll down, you'll see homes for sale and even different places that are nearby and a place to contact you. And of course, there's an About Me option on the top right as well. And this information pulls from the marketing profile that we were looking at the beginning of class. Okay, I just wanted to show you that. I know that was a very quick overview, but this is an example of why it's so awesome to add in the neighborhoods, because those emails send out on the Smart Plan that we're about to look at. So let's dive into that. So I'll come back to this, but I do want you to note that you can add Smart Plans on the very top right of a contact record itself. Okay, so that's one way to add Smart Plans. But let's go on over to the Smart Plans section to dive even deeper. So on the left-hand side menu, okay, you'll want to click on the Smart Plans icon. It kind of looks like a to-do list with a settings gear. And if your question is, what the heck is a Smart Plan? It's a really good question, okay? So what a Smart Plan is they're trying to release different systems that are available to you. So for example, the goal is, if a contact comes in from your website, for example, that it will automatically go through a series of steps in order to help automate systems for you. So you don't have to be manually doing things to free up time for you, so you can do things like sell homes. So for example, it will remind you of different tasks to reach out to the client or send automated text messages and so forth. And let's take a look at examples to drive that home even further. So on this Smart Plan, My Smart Plan section, this will show you any active Smart Plans that you have going. So let's come on over to the library to take a look at some examples. So again, on the top, we're clicking on Library. And this will show you all available Smart Plans in Command. And they are releasing new ones all the time, so keep checking back. The only one I would advise not using is the 8x8. This one has not fully launched yet. Okay, so avoid that one for right now. It's not fully live, it's not working. However, there are a bunch of other ones that you can utilize. My personal favorites are the monthly neighborhood nurture and the bi-weekly neighborhood nurture. Okay, the only difference is the frequency it sends out, so bi-weekly versus monthly. If you click on View Steps here, it will show you all the steps that are in this Smart Plan. Well, maybe. There we go. All right, so I'll show you the steps here. So it will send an HTML email. So that's the landing page we were just looking at, right, with all the neighborhood information. That's what it's saying it'll send. It has a delay of 28 days, and then it repeats. Okay, so the only difference in bi-weekly, the delay number will be different. So if we take a look at some other ones, like I like the long-term nurture as well, and you'll see some other things to take a look at. You'll see the number of steps right here. You'll see the duration, so it's 180 days. And you'll see the amount of touches. So again, if I click on View Steps here, it will show me exactly what that does. Okay, it'll add them to the monthly neighborhood nurture. It'll delay it for 10 days, prompt you to call them, delay. It'll do a touch task, and so forth. And this is that text messaging feature I was talking about. We have to have Twilio set up. Don't worry, we'll take a look at this more. But you'll notice this option here has an option to send out text messages, either automated if you have Twilio or manual. And of course, we have some birthday campaigns, home anniversary, and open house follow-ups. I like those a lot as well. I think those are really useful. Of course, you would have to have a birthday or a home anniversary added into the contact record in order to set that up. So if you would like, go ahead and click on Add Smart Plan. You can add that for the monthly neighborhood nurture or the long-term nurture, whichever one appeals to you. Okay, so you'll just click on Add Smart Plan to activate that right away. Okay, so once I add a smart plan, I'm going to come on back over to the My Smart Plans section on the top left. And so again, now we're taking a look at all the active smart plans in our account. Just a heads up, you will notice this right here makes it look like they're not activated. Okay, this feature is just not working quite yet, so it's a little confusing. Don't worry about this section quite yet. These are activated. However, in the near future, you'll be able to easily turn them off and on right here. It just hasn't been launched quite yet. So these are your active smart plans. You'll see some different kind of categories of plans we'll be releasing for referral plans, opportunity plans, and listing plans. Not live quite yet. Okay, we just have people plans, but those are to come. From here, of course, you could click on the smart plan to view those steps again. So that's on the little drop-down arrow on the far left here. I can see the amount of contacts that are on this campaign. So I have 10 contacts on both of these smart plans. Sorry, I said campaigns. Both of these smart plans. And if I click on the little eye icon, that shows me which contacts are currently on this campaign. Okay, you can also bulk unsubscribe. So this is actually this feature we're taking a look at with the eye icon. This is the feature that was on the command dashboard saying what's new. So this is literally released this week. You can now bulk unsubscribe contacts. So if you want to remove them from the smart plan, you used to have to go into each contact record one by one, so that took a lot of time. So now you can bulk unsubscribe. You can click the check boxes next to contacts you want to remove and click confirm unsubscribe, and that will remove them from the smart plan. Okay, but if you want to add contacts to the smart plan, you can come on over to the far right. So let's take a look at these features. So a brand new feature is the edit feature as well, and we'll be taking a look at that in just a moment. But you'll notice some of these icons are grayed out, so those are not live quite yet. However, you can add contacts from here and edit the smart plan. So go ahead and click on the little icon of a person with a plus sign to add contacts. It will pop up all eligible contacts. So again, for the monthly neighborhood nurtures, they would have to have neighborhoods entered in to their contact record like we did just a moment ago, and they would need to have an email address in their contact record as well for this to work. Now you can, on the top here, search for the clients you're looking for. You can search by tags here as well. You have those sorted by buyers or any custom tags as well. And you'll see, right, some of them I have 0 neighborhoods. Probably a vast majority of yours will as well. But I do have some that have 1 neighborhood, for example, or more than 1. So I can go ahead and click on that checkbox. I can select all, and it will add in the contacts that do have neighborhoods. And I can even include shared contacts. If you're on a team or have shared contacts sent over to you, you can include those as well. And then you can click Add to Smart Plan on the very bottom. Okay, it's just asking you to confirm, showing you the steps, letting you know you do not have a Twilio account set up. Okay, I do not. So you'll have to send the text manually, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and click Confirm. And voila, I now have 13 people added to that neighborhood nurture. Okay, so let's take a look at editing these smart plans. So this editing feature, I want to say, just went live within the last couple weeks here. Very, very new feature and not fully launched yet. But let's take a look at what you can do and what's to come, because it's pretty cool in here. So we'll go ahead and click on the pencil icon on the far right of the smart plan you'd like to edit further. And I would definitely recommend doing this for any smart plans that have text messages, especially if you have a Twilio account. This is how you would kind of indicate, write the script of what text message is going out to them. And you'll take a look at that in just a moment here. So again, not fully live. So you'll notice if you hover your mouse over adding any action on the right-hand side, that's not available yet, right? These are all grayed out. But this is to come. So you will be able to create custom smart plans here. You'll be able to select a task, move it over, even set the delay between each step as well. All right, but for right now, these are kind of is what it is. So we see the step 1 in the long-term nurture. It will add them to that monthly neighborhood nurture. Okay, that's how they're receiving emails, is through that monthly neighborhood nurture. Then we come on down, we have a delay of 10 days, and then we are prompted to make a call. So this call right here, it will remind you to call the person, and it will show up in the tasks on the left-hand side. So you'll see where my mouse is. That is the task section of Command. It will also display on your dashboard reminders to call them, and in the contact record itself. Right now, there are notifications sent out of Command, so you can't receive a text reminder or an email reminder yet, but we're thinking that is to come soon as well. Just heads up on that. So you can edit this, maybe if you want to include a script, or if you have a hyperlink of what you need to link up, maybe link up a script, you can add that in here, and you can save that on the bottom. We have a new task of sending an email, so this is the next one. So you'll see it delays 10 days. Then we have the next task, and this is just prompting you to send them an email. Right now, this is not an auto email that goes out. You would have to create this email and send it to your clients. And this is where it really gets interesting. Let's scroll on down. So this is where you really can edit now in SmartPlans. So the main thing that you can do is you can edit the text messages that are going to go out automatically. Again, only if you have a Twilio account set up and linked up to Command. But it will show you a couple options here. So as I scroll down, right, it's a long-term nurture. So this goes out over a series or over a length of 180 days. So it goes through the entire smart plan that we just looked at one time, and it sends the first text. And this is what it's going to send out. Then it will restart, go from the top, go all the way through the smart plan again, and come down to text 2, right? And that'll be about a month later. Okay. So you'll see what is going to send out automatically, and you can edit this here. So if you read this little script and that doesn't sound like you want to make it a little more personable, you can absolutely edit that here. You'll notice as well, you have these little, what are these called? Merge fields. Okay, so you'll see it says, hi, contact first name and last name. It's your name. And it goes through on that. So if you don't want it to say, let's say the contact's last name, I think that makes it a little impersonal, personally. So if I delete this right here, it will only say, hi, contact's first name. Okay, but of course, if you want to add that in again, these are the merge fields options on the far right. So you could add in any of these options. So what this is doing, in case you haven't seen these before, is it would automatically pull this information from the contact record and fill it in the text automatically. So if your contact record is John Smith and you have this entered in, it would say, hi, John, and then it will pull your first and last name. So it's automating your text messages in order to make them look more personalized. Very cool feature. So again, you can go through and edit all of these text messages. Once you are done with that, you can click the check mark on the bottom right here to save that right away. And of course, you can delete those, and once you delete one, you can add further ones as well. All right, guys, so that is kind of the extent on how much you can edit these smart plans right now. However, as you can see, more editable options are soon to come. So that should be more customizable in the near future here. All right, guys, so that is Smart Plans. I just want to show you real quick, though, how you can go from a contact record itself to add a smart plan. So you can just watch on my screen if you would like, and then we'll be diving into campaigns in just a moment here. So if I go back to the to the contact section and go to my contact we're working on, good old Fred Flintstone. So we go to the contact record. I just want to point out there are a couple other ways you can add a smart plan. So once you have those activated in the smart plan section, let's say you add in a contact, and now I can quickly come up here to the top right. So you'll notice this icon right here is the same as this icon. So you can add them to a smart plan here, or you can select smart plans on the far right. Click add to smart plan, and you'll see those available ones right here. So let's say I would like to add him to the monthly neighborhood nurture. I click confirm. Okay, and now I can see the smart plan that he has been added to. All right, guys, so very cool feature to start using with Command. This is available now, so it's a great tool to start using. In the very least, I would recommend putting yourself on these smart plans so you can see what it looks like when those send out to start to feel comfortable to then add your other clients to the smart plans as well. Okay, so now let's dive into campaigns. We're switching gears a little bit here. Okay, so what we're going to be doing for the rest of class is I'm going to show you how to set up Facebook ads, social posts, and mass email from command. With that being said, we now need to do a little housekeeping for that section as well. All right, so a little boring stuff, but let's come on up to the top right where you click your name on the top right of command, where we started class. Let's come back down to settings. Okay, so again, your name on the top right, settings. And we are brought back to our connected apps. Okay, so the apps that we need to, or I would suggest setting up to make campaigns work. So first of all, if we are going to run a Facebook ad campaign, or if you just want to use command to post on Facebook or Twitter or so forth, you can connect up your Facebook account and your Twitter account right from here. So I already have my Facebook account hooked up, but if you do not, scroll on down, it will be near the bottom under social. So you can click Connect Account on the far right and connect up your Facebook account right away. Now there are two places to connect up your Facebook account in case you're wondering why. Okay, one of the Facebook accounts will be for post scheduling, right? So you can post directly from command to Facebook, and I'll show you what that does in just a moment here. And the other one is actually doing Facebook ads. So these Facebook ads are paid ads. And again, I'll be expanding way more on all of this. But you'll want to link up both. Okay, link up Facebook to both of those. Same with Twitter. Okay, if you have a Twitter account and would like to post on Twitter right from a command, you can do that. You just need to link that up. And the last thing I want to talk about, the last app that you'll want to link up is MailChimp. So let's talk about MailChimp. So sending out email campaigns right now in command. So what you can do, what features are live, is you can mass email from command. So you can send one email at a time. Okay, kind of the definition of a campaign is a series of emails. However, that is not live quite yet, but you can send out one mass email at a time. And I'll be showing you how to do that. The catch with that is you have to have a MailChimp account hooked up to command in order to send out that mass email. So if you do not have a MailChimp account, here is a link to sign up for that. Very easy to sign up for. It prompts you for like 3 things. Once you sign up for a MailChimp account, you can then link that up to command. And we are more than happy to help you with that. More than happy to help you with that, guys. So if you need help creating a MailChimp account and hooking it up to command, if that hurts your brain just hearing me say that, no worries. We're happy to do that. Feel free to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. Let us know you need a MailChimp hooked up to command, and we'll get that done for you. That's no problem at all. So again, you must have a MailChimp account hooked up to command in order to send out mass emails from command, period. Okay, just a heads up on that. And the free account, it's free, by the way, MailChimp, and it'll send, as long as you only have 2,000 contacts, and you can send 10,000 emails per month. Okay, so that's the free account for MailChimp. Okay, so now that we have done our housekeeping, we've talked about MailChimp and hooking up Facebook and Twitter. Okay, those are the main 3 things, just to summarize, for campaigns. Let's go on over to our campaigns. So the campaigns section is the icon that looks like a megaphone on the left-hand side, about halfway down that list. Again, you'll notice if I hover my mouse over that, it pops up telling me that's a campaign. Okay, so again, we're clicking the megaphone icon on the left-hand side. And we have 4 main type of campaigns that you can send out on the very top here. We have paid ads. Okay, so these paid ads will be any type of pay per click that you have set up through Facebook, Twitter, Google AdWords, etc. Okay, so these are paid ads. So to compare that with the social posts, okay, social posts are free in command. So the social posts, let's take a look at that. We'll post out, let's say I'm going on vacation next week, but I want to make sure I do my 3 social posts for the week to continue marketing. I can set 3 different posts to post out next week, and the system will automatically post those posts to Facebook on the date given. So this is free social posts, and it only reaches your friends or the people who liked your page, right? This is only kind of like your sphere. Whereas paid ads will reach a greater demographic, a greater Those are the not mets, okay? So that you have not met, that you have never reached out with, they're not in your sphere. That's what you're paying for, right? To reach an audience that's greater than the people just in your contact database. So that's the main difference. And of course, we'll be diving further into that in just a moment here. Now we also have the email section here, and that will of course be the section where we send out mass emails. And you can also do direct mailers. Okay, so these direct mailers, it will send out, let's say, a postcard to a general geographic location, or you can upload a spreadsheet to send that out to, so forth. So the free ones are emails and social posts. So these are the two free ones, our favorite F word. And then we have paid ads and direct mail. Those are not free, those are paid. Okay, so just a heads up on that. You can also, if you are utilizing the direct mail or paid ads, you'll need to go ahead and put in your payment information here on the top right in order for those to function properly. Now from this paid ads, before we get going on it, because I'll show you how to set this up in just a moment here, but let's take a look at how it allows you to take a look at the analytics. So from here, if you have any paid ads that have gone out, it'll show you the ad right here, show you a preview, the status, the duration that you have put in. Okay, we have some acronyms here. That's kind of like, what the heck does that stand for? Okay, what each one of these stands for. So again, these are paid ads, so we are reaching a larger, this is more than just your sphere. These are non-followers, people you don't know. So cost per milli is what CPM stands for, and that is saying the cost that you're paying per 1,000 impressions. So per 1,000 eyeballs that see your post, how much did that cost you? Then we have a cost per click. Okay, how much did that cost you per person who clicked on your Facebook ad, for example? And then we have cost per link click, is this one. And that you can add a link to your Facebook ad, and that's counting how many people clicked that link and the cost of that person. So that's, or that number. So that's what you are calculating here, some analytics for you. You can see your total spent and your goal. We also have, anytime you see these three dots in command, that always means more options. So if you're looking for more things to do in a section, check out the three dots. That'll most likely drive you to that location. Okay, without further ado, let's create one. Let's take a look at how we would create a Facebook ad. So on the top right here, it says create a new campaign. Let's click on that. So create a new campaign on the very top right. And we have these options, and it does tell you which items are paid, minus direct mail. That's also a cost there. But let's go ahead and click on the first one, social ad. Okay, so this will be creating an ad on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Okay, in case this isn't ringing a bell, if you've ever been on Facebook, especially during Christmas shopping right now, I'll look up like slippers that I want to buy my mom on Google, and the next thing I know, I get on Facebook and see in the margin, I see this creepy ad for the slippers that I was just searching for, right? They're always watching. Okay, that is what you are setting up here. So you are setting up a Facebook ad for those to show in the margin of your Facebook account. I'm sure you've seen that. If you're familiar with Instagram, you've probably seen ads as you're scrolling through your feed. It'll show you like a sponsored ad. Okay, in my opinion, these social paid ads is a great way to reach, especially the market of millennials, right? I know personally, I buy tons of things from Instagram ads, right? Because that's my main place that I am seeing advertisements. I don't watch cable and see, the ads there or listen to the radio. This is the main place I see my ads. So this is a great way to reach out to an audience of maybe first-time home buyers, for example, okay? So I think this is very worth your investment. So let's say I want to run my campaign on Facebook, even Instagram. Okay, Instagram is owned by Facebook, so putting in your Facebook login in the back end of command links up Instagram as well if you have that. So at the top here, you'll need to name it. So let's say I want to name this one, I want to promote my new listing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, Command Rocks Drive. Okay, you can name this whatever you'd like it to be. And you're putting in your goal here. So let's say I want a goal of advertising listings. And then I can click Set Up Campaign on the bottom right here. Okay, so just three main things: name it, pick a goal, and pick where you're running your campaign, and click Set Up Campaign here. Okay, so it will, especially if you pick that you're advertising a listing, it will try to pull up your listings, okay, which is a really cool feature. So I don't have any listings, but on the far right here, I'm going to change that to all listings. And let's say I'll click select on any of these. Okay, so I've selected a listing that I would like to advertise. So right here, we don't need to do anything on the first step here. So this shows you the campaign name and our goal. You can always change that if you would like. And click save. We already did that part. So now we need to do the steps that don't have a check mark next to it. So let's go down to add text. So this pulls on over from the MLS, right? That is the description from the MLS. It will pull here, so you can go ahead and leave that if you would like to. Okay, but if you want to put in some extra info here, you can definitely edit this. So you could say something like, Santa might not be able to bring you a new home for the holidays, but we can help. Check out this new listing on 123 Command Rocks Drive. Okay, maybe something catchy here. Right, you're enticing them in. So this will show, and you'll notice as I'm writing this, right, it updates right here on the right-hand side as I type. Okay, so you can see your preview right away. A headline here, so this headline text will go right here. So let's say I want to put in here, proudly presenting 123 Command Rocks Drive. And I can put in the text or the description. So in my opinion, I would put in if you have the property detail information from the MLS, I like it here better because, right, you want to, in this top one, you want to capture them in. What's an enticing reason for them to even keep reading, right? With so much stuff on Facebook, right, they could easily keep scrolling. Right, so if you want to entice them here, and then we can put in a description here, and this again can pull from the MLS, so about our gleaming hardwoods and manicured lawn, etc., etc. Being able to spell would be good. Okay, so you can go ahead and enter in the details here, and click Save Add Text. All right, 2 check marks down. Now we come down to Add Media. So I'll click Configure. And so this is determining what image you would like. In theory, I think it's supposed to bring the photo from the MLS automatically. However, obviously that is a little inconsistent from what I've seen. No worries, just save it to your computer first. And then I can click Select Media. So I'm selected Images. So I'll go ahead and click on that. So I can choose from listing. Again, I haven't seen this work super consistently, but this should be to come. So you can just pick it from the listing. That'll make your life easy. But for right now, we'll click Add Images. You can either drag and drop or click here and it will browse your computer. Okay, so you can go wherever on your computer you have the listing photos saved. I can go ahead and double click on that and it will show me the home I have selected. I can then click Preview and Crop on the very bottom right here. So I can crop, right, because it only wants this, but you can always change the size of the photo here. Okay, there's some other editing tools to flip it, rotate it, but overall you can just click Save. And boom, it pops it in. Okay, you can also add more than one image. Okay, so you can add multiple images as well. You can also do a video, which is great. So if you have a video like a virtual tour, you can add that in here, right? Video is very huge and really great for search engine optimization. Okay, so videos are great to add as well. So you do have that option. Once we add the media, we can go ahead and click Save Add Media and come on down to the Facebook ad where I can click Configure. So last step, we're almost there. Okay, this is kind of the most complicated section though. Okay, so in this section, so you have your account selected and your page. So this is where you're selecting which page you are posting this on. Okay. If you get any error messages here, I've seen a lot of error messages pop up when you select the page. If that happens, feel free to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. It'd be helpful if you send a screenshot of the error message as well, and we're happy to help investigate it to see how we can help you fix that up. Okay, I have seen that quite a bit. Right, so we select the page, and as we scroll on down, we have some destinations. So you're setting a destination for people viewing your ad. We recommend using the Facebook lead generation form. Okay, so note that, and I have that one selected here. You don't have to, you can just use a site or landing page that you have created in Command. However, I would recommend using the Facebook lead generation form. The button call to action here, so where it says learn more, you'll notice that's right here, but if you want that to say something different, like sign up or apply now, you have a few options there that you can change that to. Okay, and you'll notice if I click sign up, it changes it right there as well. And then follow-up destination URL. After viewers submit the Facebook lead form, you can direct them to a website or landing page. So if you have created a landing page for this property specifically, or if you want to link, if you search for the home on your website and then copy and paste that URL right here, right, that would drive traffic to your website, to that listing specifically, so that they can view more information on the property. So you can go ahead and enter that in here, or click choose site to pull in a landing page right away that you have created. If you have no idea how to create landing pages in Command for properties, no worries. Okay, that's normal. All right, here is a tutorial on how to do that. A great feature in Command is creating listing landing pages. That's huge. I would definitely recommend watching that class. Very great tool in Command. Okay, so that'll walk you through that if you would like to learn more about that. Even further here, so let's see. Here I'm going to go ahead and put in a URL here so I can get past this. Okay, and you'll notice when I didn't have anything entered in, right, this is grayed out, but if you enter in a link here, it will turn green, confirming that you're good to go. It will allow you to post this Facebook ad. As I come down here, we have ad targeting. Okay, so this is showing you, not really sure why it's defaulting on this location. I'm in North Carolina, but okay. So I'm going to click use custom settings on the far right here. So use custom settings. So this is determining what kind of audience you are reaching about your post, about your ad here. So you have two options here. You have the option to target your database. We'll look at that in just a moment here. Or you can target a custom audience. So let's say I want to do a custom audience. Location, this listing is in this city, Waxhaw, North Carolina. So I want to put in that city. And then the radius, 20-mile radius, 30, you name it, whatever you'd like it to be, that radius. Okay, so you can do a geographic location, and keep your eye out for little tips like this. Okay, these are really helpful about database targeting. Okay, sorry, we'll go back to the database in just a moment, but always keep an eye out for these little tips. They're really helpful in learning Command. So we can put it in by location. That's one option. We can put in a sphere based on their interests. So optional, increase or refine your audience by targeting interests. So if I want to put in an interest, let's say this is an investment property, for example, and I want to put in people who are interested in real estate investing. If I start typing that in, boom, there it is. And you can select as many as you want from what I've seen. Oops. And it will add that in here. Okay, and you can see the estimated audience is rather large, okay, for that interest. So you can add those in as well to refine who your ad is reaching even further. So that's how you can do a custom audience, or you can do targeting your database. So if you would like to target your database, you most certainly can. So you can create an audience. So you'll notice right here about database targeting. This is what I was talking about. Okay, this will upload a custom list to Facebook. You are able to target based on tag, neighborhoods associated, or both. The minimum audience is 100 contacts. Okay, that's kind of key there. So if you wanted to create a new audience, okay, let's say this house is in a neighborhood called Hunter Oaks. Okay, you could click create new audience, put in the audience name. So let's say I want to do Hunter Oaks. That's the name of the neighborhood. And for this, I want to target by neighborhood, so I'll put in the neighborhood here. And this is channeling back to what we did at the beginning of class in the contact record when we added neighborhoods in, right? This is what you're selecting. So you are now saying that you want to target all the contacts in your database that have the neighborhood of interest, Hunter Oaks. Okay, you can do the same thing by tags. So if I want to instead do by tags, let's say I want to do all my sellers or buyers, I guess would make more sense here. Buyers for the audience name, and I select the tags that I have set up in Command, add that in, click create, and it will target on Facebook all your contact database that is under the buyer label. Okay, so you'll notice when you come to this right here, now under Target My Database, I have two options here for buyers and Hunter Oaks. All right, but you'll notice the problem, my personal opinion on this, the problem A is my audience count for buyers or clients that have Hunter Oaks in their contact record is a count of 3. And you need a minimum audience of 100 in order for this to work. Okay, and my other input in that is that you are creating a Facebook ad to reach out to an audience that you don't already have in your database. So I really like the target a custom audience feature much better because you can also already, send out to your database a mass email. So you don't need to pay for a Facebook ad on that. That's just my little 2 cents on that. So then I can click Save Facebook Ad. And then our last and final step here, we have our duration and budget. So you can set what dates you want that to go out, and you can set your budget. So total budget is $30, $3 per day, and I can click Save. Once I am all satisfied, we have all these nice little check marks, I can click Publish Campaign, and that will start going out. And that is how easy it is to set up a Facebook ad. Okay, so you can go ahead and click Save as Draft right now. I'm sure you don't want this to go out right now. You can go ahead and click Save, click Yes. And you can always come back and activate that as a later time. Okay, and this shows you a preview. Sorry, that showed you a preview on the far right there of what your Facebook ad will look like. And you can also view that in a mobile view as well, just a heads up. Okay, so now that we took a look at paid ads, let's take a look at social posts and how those vary. So in social posts here, these are free, and these are just reaching your Facebook friends or your people who like your business page. Okay, so this is not reaching a larger audience, but it is free, so we like that word. So again, we use this. Let's say I'm going on vacation. I don't want to mess with Facebook next week. I want to, use this 10 minutes I have allotted for lead gen in the morning. Hopefully you a lot longer than 10 minutes for lead gen, but okay, I want to use this time to set up all my Facebook ads for the week. So all you would do, let's say I want to set one up for Christmas. That would be a great one to add in. So let's say on Christmas, right, I come on over, so I use these arrows to go to the date I'm looking for. And I come on down to the 25th, and I click Create a Social Post. So you can create the entire post here. You can write the post, upload photos, videos, links, add logos, decide when it's going out, the page you're posting it to, and click Schedule Post. Now, that is very cool. But even cooler is on the right-hand side. This is brand new. I just saw this today. So I think this just launched in the last couple weeks at least. We have suggested quick posts. So these posts were created for you by command already. So it shows you a great Christmas post here. And these filter through. So I've seen other ones in here too. If you refresh your page, you might get new ones. So if I click on this one, it at least gives me a template to go on. So great. I see this really awesome image here. I can add further ones. It gives me this default message that I don't have to use my brain to think of some corny little, Merry Christmas message. It has it in there for me. I can even shuffle the default message. If I don't like that one, I can go to another one. And again, we have the option to upload video or link, add your logo. On the bottom here, you can either schedule the post or publish it immediately. So in this case, I want to schedule it. So I want to actually schedule this for the 25th. So I'm going to click on this calendar icon, come to the 25th at 10 a.m., but you can change the time down here as well. Once I'm pleased with that, I'll click Schedule Post here. And you can preview it as well. So let's say I'll take a look at it. That looks great. I'm happy with it. I can then click Schedule Post. All right, let me try to add a logo here. I think I should have one on my desktop. So it looks like a logo is required, just a heads up. Okay, so I have my logo here. Click Schedule Post. Do you want to schedule it? Yes. And voila, now I see that on the 25th. Here it is scheduled to go out. There's my cute logo on there. And I can continue doing that. So you can schedule posts for the future. Again, this is free and a really awesome tool. It's very similar to Hootsuite if you've ever used that before. Okay, the very last thing that I'm going to show you in class, I do realize I'm running out of time, but that is how to mass email out of command. Okay, now in order to mass email out of command, there are no email templates that are currently created in your command account. With that being said, you have to either manually create an email template. Okay, and we have a workaround for that as well. So I'm going to show you how to do this, but let me send out these videos. So in the design section, which is where we're going on the left-hand side, where it says designs. Okay, this is a class on that section. Okay, and I'll show you a bit about that today, but this class will obviously go much deeper. Okay, so we have the design section on the left-hand side. It looks like a little pen and notepad maybe, a little drawing pad. Makes sense. Okay, so this is the design section. And what you can do from here is you can create an email template from scratch. So on the top, you'll see that you can toggle which templates you're looking at. And on the bottom right, we can click the plus button to add in a new design. So we'll click the plus here on the bottom right. And I'm going to select email in this example. So select email, click create design. And again, there are no email templates already created, which is a bit intimidating, you know, since you're not a digital marketer, right? You work in real estate. So a little intimidating. It's very easy to create a template. I'll show you that in just a moment here. But in case you would like to use one of the templates, there are templates for social designs, for social posts. So I created this video as a workaround, okay, on how you can use a template on an a mass email like this. So check that out after class. It's just a short 15-minute video, if even, on how you can utilize templates as a workaround. Okay, but for now, again, no email templates are available quite yet. Those are to come and will make your life so much easier. But it's very easy to create a quick email template. So let's say I want to send a mass email about my new listing, right? So on the right-hand side, you'll see different content blocks and layout blocks that you can simply drag over. So first things first, I want to add an image of my listing. So you can see I clicked my mouse on the image option on the right-hand side and holding my mouse to drag it over to the white box on the left-hand screen. I release, so it'll add the image box. So now I click on that icon here, double click. We double click on that icon. You can either drag and drop files here, or you can click here. It will browse your computer. Can we do video emails linking to YouTube using designs? I believe was your question. Great question. There is a workaround, I believe. So right now, there is not a way to drag and drop videos over to the email template. However, there is a workaround that you can hyperlink a photo. So we have a video on that. If you don't mind sending an email to support@scottleroymarketing.com, you can put attention my name, which is Leah, Leah, and just put that question, and I'll grab the video and send it over to you to show you how to embed videos into an email template. So anyone who wants that, feel free to email me and I'll send you a video on that. I believe we have that. Great question. Okay, so coming back to photos here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull in a photo of a home. Let's say I want this one. I pull it in, I click on that. Okay, because it'll show up on the right-hand side here. You have to click on it to actually put it on the piece. Oh, great. I'm so glad this is helpful. And there's a lot of really fun stuff to learn in Command. Okay, so we added the image. Obviously super huge. Okay, so we need to minimize that. So on the top corners, you'll see a little, if you click on it, there's a little square that you can click on to drag to resize it. It does take a little playing with, guys, that you have to resize it, okay, so it doesn't look insanely distorted like this. I'm not doing a good job. One second. So if I resize it here we go. All right, we're resizing. So you see the dots on the corners here, so you can resize the image. And now we can add some text. So on the right-hand side, let's say I want to add some text about the listing. So this is an email. So I'll click the text section. This is my favorite one to work with. I know you have a text box here, but this one seems to work better in my opinion. So the text section, if I click on that, so again, click and hold your mouse, drag to the left-hand side, and then release. And it will insert this information here. So let's say I want to put in proudly presenting 1, 2, 3 command rocks. I'll just do command drive. Okay, you can then put in some content here. Call us today for a private tour of our new beautiful listing in Valentine. All right, you can go on and on about the gleaming hardwoods and the manicured lawns and the, you know, all the bells and whistles that this home has. All right, so you can go ahead and put in all that content here. And you can even add another image if you would like. So if you want to add maybe your headshot or an image of the interior, you can absolutely do that. And, you know, put in your contact information as well. So thank you, happy holidays, your name, your phone number, your email address, and so forth. Okay, so let's just pretend. Okay, so now that I'm done with the template, I know it doesn't look too beautiful, but you can spend more time making this beautiful. And you can rename that on the top left here. Let's say listing email 1, 2, 3 command. All right, and even on the top left here, you can view it on a mobile or a computer. So that's on the top left here that you can view that. And then you can click Update Template on the top right. So we're updating template on the top right. Your template has been updated, so I can click the back button here. Okay, so when doing, so it's asking if I want to save, so I'll click yes. So again, when sending out a mass email, I would recommend doing this first because it gets a little confusing the other way around. So I'll show you why in just a moment. But again, if you're taking notes in today's class, for mass email, start in the design section. Create the email template first. Now that I have that created, let's come on over to the campaign section, which again is the little megaphone icon on the left-hand side. And sorry guys, I know I'm keeping you a little longer. I'll have you done in like 5 minutes here if you can hang with me. All right, so now that we are back in email, so we're back in campaigns, let's talk about sending out that mass email that we just created. So on the top right, we're clicking Create a New Campaign. Create a new campaign on the top right. And now we are clicking the email option. Sorry, that was a little fast. I selected email from that list of options. And this is a free option again. Okay, so at the top, we'll put in the campaign name. So let's say I want to name this one. Clearly, I like the proudly presenting thing. Proudly presenting 1, 2, 3 command drive. All right, and the select account. Okay, so this is the catch-22. So this might not work for you quite yet if you do not have MailChimp hooked up. So the catch with this is you not only have to have a MailChimp account hooked up to Command, you also have to have your contacts in MailChimp as well. So it does not pull from the contacts in Command, it pulls from your MailChimp contacts. The good news is 2 things. It's very easy to move your contacts from Command to MailChimp, 1. Second of all, we're happy to do it for you. So feel free to shoot us a message. Again, support@scottleroymarketing.com. Let us know you need your MailChimp your Command contacts in MailChimp. We can do it for you. And I'll show you how to do it as well. But if you do not have a MailChimp account hooked up right now, just watch on my screen. When you do, you'll have under Select Account. You will only have this if you have a MailChimp account hooked up properly. You then have this To field. So the To field, this pulls the recipient list from MailChimp. So this is your MailChimp audience. I know it says Add List on the top right here. However, this is not working quite yet. You will in the future be able to pull your contacts from Command. It'll get easier, of course. But for right now, those have to be in MailChimp. So I'll select my MailChimp audience. All right, who is sending the campaign? So sender, I want my name to display. If you want your first name or your nickname or your first and last name, you can go ahead and put that in here. The subject, and reply to email address. So you're putting where you would like any responses to the email to go to. Okay, so your business email. The subject, okay, so this is what will appear in their email inbox. You want it to be something pretty eye-catching, right? Think about the amount of emails you get per day. I delete a vast majority of those. So try and think of a very eye-catching subject line here. You know, Santa's bringing you a new home. Okay, whatever it might be. All right, but try and think a little out of the box. You know, if you think of all the different real estate emails you get, personally, again, I delete it. So try and think outside of the box and how you're going to entice them to open that email, even if it's corny. All right, like this. So now that I have my email subject under content, so this is where we're going to click apply design on the bottom. So apply design. It will then search for the designs. And since we already created a design, this makes our life way easier. So I can go ahead and click on the design I had created. So this is the one I just created today. So I'll click on that. It pulls it over and shows me the template. If I'm happy with that, I can click apply design on the top right. And boom, there it is. It shows me an email preview. I can preview that further on the top right. I can save it as a draft, or I can go ahead and send it. So if you are happy with it, feel free to click send, and that will go out to your contacts in MailChimp. So again, last thing that I'm going to show you is how to easily get your command contacts over to your MailChimp account, and then I promise I'll let you enjoy your Friday Eve. So in order to get your command contacts into MailChimp, and again, that's necessary to send out mass emails in command, very easy, just a few steps here. Click on your name on the top right, and we're going back to settings. So name on the top right and settings. And let's scroll down to PieSync. Okay, so find PieSync on this list. What PieSync does is it syncs up your contacts from various platforms like Dotloop or MailChimp is what we're focusing on here, and command. So if you added a contact to command, it would add it to your Dotloop account. If you add a contact in Dotloop, it would add it to command, and vice versa. Okay, so that's what PieSync is. You are given one free PieSync connection. Okay? After you use one, it's not free. It does charge you. Just a heads up. So in this case, if I want to go ahead and connect up MailChimp to move all my contacts from command to MailChimp in order to mass email, I could click Connect Account, okay, if you don't already have this hooked up, or Show Details. Okay, I have my Dotloop account hooked up, but if I want to use MailChimp, let's say, sorry, one sec. So I'm clicking Connect Account. It'll pull up PieSync here. And it might just heads up if it's your first time going through this. Usually it prompts you to agree to some terms and conditions. So you can go ahead and do that. And then it will give you different things you can hook up your contacts, right? Sync your contacts to Google, iCloud, Outlook, you name it. So you can scroll, you can even search for services. There's a whole bunch of different ones. In this case, let's say I'll put in MailChimp. So if I search for MailChimp here, there it is. So I can click on MailChimp. I can click Authorize. Okay, it'll prompt me to put in my MailChimp username and password, and then I can sync that up. Okay, and again, that will just put all your command contacts into MailChimp so that you can send mass emails. So clearly very easy, just a few steps. But again, if you need our help, we're happy to do it. support@scottleroymarketing.com. We just need your MailChimp and command login and password, and we can hook that up in PieSync right away. All right, guys, so that was the class on Smart Plans and Campaigns. Thanks for sticking around a little longer to learn all that. If you have any questions at all on this, guys, please don't hesitate to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. You can put attention to my name, which is Leah, and I will answer any questions you have and help you with that transition. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope this helped. Take care.